think for the Lions, you have to do a couple of things. If you're going to run a lot of under center play action, it's got to be heavily blocked up. And I also think you might want to lean a little bit more on quick game, not the under center play action, because Green Bay, your best matchup advantage in this is your receivers against the Packers corners. The question is just, how do you get Jared Goff enough time and comfort to actually take advantage of that?
Yeah, I think if you're Detroit, the biggest concern is where's Waldo, essentially, with Micah Parsons. The Packers and Jeff Hafley, their defensive coordinator, have started to use Micah the way that the Browns in the past have used Myles Garrett, okay? So they're going to take their 4 defensive linemen and spread them out. So here's these 1, 2, and 3 defensive linemen, and then they're taking Micah Parsons, and they're really stacking him over that center. Remember, Myles Garrett last year doing the crossover. So here's the challenge defensively, or offensively. Micah can really have a 3-way go here. Sometimes he'll shoot over that guard. Sometimes he'll just go right up, head up on that center, or sometimes he'll go backside guard, backside gap. So the problem from us as an offensive perspective is we have to, because he can go in any of those 3 locations, we have to commit 3. So when we commit 3, what it is where they can go 1-on-1, and once again, they can go 1-on-1. So as a defense, I am now creating one-on-ones for my edges. And Micah's whole goal in timing this up on the road will be the biggest challenge. Because I have to commit those 3 internal parts, his goal is to just destroy the middle of the pocket. I mean, that's a goal accomplished right there. We have bodies on the floor from an offensive perspective, and there's that one-on-one matchup on the perimeter. I have to chip here. Micah's going through the double team, but the chaos in the middle of the pocket basically ruins the play immediately. That's the weakest point of where Detroit's offensive line is, and all of a sudden the havoc created by that pass rush allows the defense to get that safety in the end zone. That's the concern. Detroit's interior offensive line has been bad, and Micah having the ability to roam and pick his spot, and you having to commit the numbers to that one person, that stresses an offensive unit.
It's really good.
Dan, that's phenomenal. This needs to be a throwback game for the Detroit Lions. This needs to be 25, 30 runs. And the reason being is because when you look at Green Bay, look, my daughter's playing SEC championship volleyball tonight, right? And what they do in volleyball is when you have your best player, they serve her. They serve to her to try to wear her out throughout the duration of the game. That's exactly what I'm doing to Mike Parsons all game long. And if you and Mina remember this, y'all remember when he was in Dallas, teams would do that. They would target him in the run game, get a lot of bodies on him early. And I think that needs to be the mode that that obviously Detroit is in. You want to push the ball down the field. Mina is exactly right. There are some explosive plays to be made against this defense, but I think this needs to be a Dan Campbell, make this a brawl for Micah Parsons in particular. Now, it's not that Green Bay won't be stout at times, but you have to be committed enough to it. So when you get into that 4th quarter, there is a thought that they may be coming at me. And the opportunities that you get when he stands up, Dan, is sometimes you may have to sacrifice and just tee off and just go directly at them and just make them think about it. That was the thing about Minnesota. They gave him nothing else to think about other than pinning his ears back in time in the snap.
Man, you know, I'm really thankful for my family, all these things, but I'm also really thankful for these games on Thanksgiving.
No doubt.
It's so exciting to think about getting to see this again. It's going to be great. Lions-Packers, it just means Thanksgiving. All right, now it's time for AI-generated fantasy insights provided by IBM. This week, Amon-Ra St. Brown is #1 on the Watson X boom list, meaning he's projected to exceed expectations. You should feel really good if you have him on your fantasy roster. Watson X projects a high of 21.7 fantasy points for St. Brown versus the Packers on Thursday. That ranks him 7th among all wide receivers this week. And if you have the ESPN Fantasy app, you can always get these projections at your fingertips. Now, after dropping 2 of their last 3, are there red flags starting to fly in Indy? Hear why Dan thinks Daniel Jones could be slipping back into his old habits. What can they do about it? That's coming your way next, right here on NFL Live. We'll be right back. Welcome back to NFL Live, presented by ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Okay, so I told you guys earlier that I was in the middle of the scuffle last night.
Look at Ryan.
I was hugging, and then I'm like, oh, that's not a hug.
Maybe they're hugging.
I thought
get in there, Boogie.
well, yeah, I should have. I mean, like in protection.
I'm not dealing with that.
Look at Boogie face. Boogie like, what the hell is wrong with him?
I was given some side eye. Hey, what went wrong? Anyway, that kind of looks like me trying to deal with that scuffle. Let's talk about the Bucs. Some of the losing teams on Sunday. The Bucs lost to the Rams. Baker Mayfield also left the game with the AC joint injury. What went wrong for them, Marcus?
Oh, it was pressure. It was the twisted stunts on the interior. Baker obviously got hit. He was pressured. I think sacked 4 times. This defensive line for the Los Angeles Rams is going to be a menace come playoff time. And Baker Mayfield was one of those quarterbacks that felt the wrath of those young fellas up front that's absolutely getting after your keister.
Keister. Okay. To the Steelers, who lost to the Bears with Mason Rudolph at quarterback. Mina, what went wrong for the Steelers?
Yeah, predictability on defense got them once again. The pass rush was successful at points, but behind them, the Bears were able to attack them knowing what they would get. They knew if they put big bodies on the field, the Steelers would match it with base, and they were able to attack the linebackers in coverage. They knew they would get cover 3, and they attacked it. The DJ Moore touchdown, you get numbers to the side, wide open up the seam. It's kind of the same old story with the Steelers at this point, and the Bears knew exactly where to attack.
Yeah, let's go to the Colts, who could not close out the Chiefs at Arrowhead on Sunday. Dan, what went wrong for Indy?
Well, the drop-back pass game. And this run game will be fine. The play-action game will continue to be fine. But in the last month, Daniel Jones, when just playing drop-back football and not utilizing play-action, has really fallen back down to earth. The QBR is down, completion percentage is down, touchdown to interception ratio is completely fallen off. I was shocked they didn't throw the ball more downfield, but they got to get that drop-back pass game back on track.
Let's get back to our great slate of Thanksgiving games. Let's build out a play sheet presented by ESPN Bet using props for each game. Dang it. We had to race over here to get here, and Dan won, and I'm really mad because I thought I was going to win, but I don't know who I think I am. You have way longer legs than me. Okay, Dan, will Jordan Love have at least 225 passing yards against the Lions defense?
I'm going to say more. If you watched this Lions defense last week, you have to be concerned in coverage opposite DJ Reed. The Giants had a lot of success throwing away from him. They had a ton of success throwing to the slot. This offense can get hot, and I expect Jordan Love to go over it.
Okay, well.